Hi and welcome to another video update from the Fire Brigade Union, here in the Union's head office in Kingston, London. We're joined by General Secretary Matt Rack to discuss a large-scale rally that the Union is holding on Wednesday the 1st of November. Now Matt, this rally is taking place in Wednesday, on the 1st of November as I've said. Firefighters from across the country are travelling there, and it's to launch something called the Firefighters Manifesto. What is the manifesto and why are we launching it now?
Well, Tam, everyone will be aware that at some point within the next 12 months or thereabouts, there's going to be a general election. And what we've discussed at the Executive Council of the Union is setting out what we want, what firefighters want, what the Union wants out of a new government. So there's a chance to set out the concerns we've got about what's happening to the fire service, what's happening to our profession, what's happened to our pay, our pensions, all these issues, and to hold politicians to account and say to an incoming government, we want fundamental change to how our service is delivered, and we want firefighters' voice to be heard. So we've worked on the manifesto, which is based on all the policies of the Union, looking back over the past 13 years, what's happened to the service, what's happened in terms of cuts, what's happened to our pay, and setting out what we think the answers to those are. So we've drawn that all together in a document, and the 1st of November is when we will launch that, and we'll begin to discuss with current politicians, but also with politicians who will be there after the general election. Okay, Matt, now it is a significant document, a significant moment from the FBU. Some of the items that you've talked about in the manifesto, for instance, an end to cuts, now that seems quite obvious, but there's a lot of detail in there. Where did the other ideas, where did the other issues within the manifesto actually come from? Well, they've come from things that are raised through the structures of the Union, from members on fire stations, in controls, and go to our conference. So people will be aware of the Decon campaign about the health risks from contaminants. So there's an element on that in there. Issues around the standards that we have in our service. You know, that cuts have led to us sadly getting to fires and other emergencies slower and slower. Each year we're getting to emergencies slower than the year before, and that's because of cuts. So what are the standards that we want in the fire and rescue service? The complete fragmentation of our service, so that standards in one service are completely different to the fire service next door. Yeah. It makes no sense to the public, it makes no sense to firefighters. A fire in a tower block is the same as a fire in another tower block, and we should respond to it professionally and with appropriate standards. So how do we set national standards? The question of pay. You know, everyone will have experienced the hardships of a tax on pay year after year, driven by central government, but also how do we negotiate pay? We've got our collective bargaining, where we sit down with our employers through the National Joint Council. That's under threat. We're saying very clearly we want that protected and we want the government's hands off it. So these various elements of what we do, how we deliver our service, how we act professionally, but also how we're paid and rewarded for what we do, is all part of how we've drawn that manifesto together.
Okay, Matt, now finally I've seen a draft of the actual day itself, the rally itself. There's going to be speakers, politicians, obviously speakers from the movement and yourself, but also we're hearing the voices of firefighters from across the country, FBU members who are fighting against various issues. It's going to be a great day by the sounds of it. How do members actually get there?
I think it's going to be a great day, and anyone who came on the pay rally, you know, in terms of before we settle the pay campaign, will get a flavour of the sort of thing we're trying to achieve. I think, first of all, people should contact their local reps, their branch and brigade officials. We're organising transport. Clearly, there's some limits to that, depending on how far people are coming, but people all over the UK are already booking transport, booking trains and so on. Obviously, if you're in London and the South East, it's a lot easier to get to, so please just jump on a train or a bus or whatever and get along to the event. I'd encourage everyone who comes along. I think will have a great day and we'll get a lot out of it, and also be able to go back to the workplace with ideas about what every member can do, because this is just the launch. It's about using the coming months to say to politicians, this is what we want. I'm a voter, I demand an answer off you, and to incoming ministers, that we go in with a very clear set of ideas from day one. This is what we want to do to improve our service.
Absolutely. Now, look, it's going to be a great day. You've heard it from Matt himself, so make sure you get there Wednesday, the 1st of November. For more detail on this event, you can go to our website. That's www.fbu.org.uk. There's a special page that you can actually register the event. So I hope to see you there. Till next time, thanks for joining us, Matt. Thanks so much indeed.
Thanks, Tam. Thanks, everyone.